Hey guys, what's going on? My name's Dr. Frank, and in today's brief video, I'm going to tell you the top 3 reasons why people quit smoking weed. And at the end of the video, I'm going to give you a really simple piece of advice to help you quit if you're struggling, something that really helped me when I was going through active weed addiction. If you're new to the channel, I'm the owner of AddictionMindset recovery coaching programs where we help people quit nicotine, THC, energy drinks, and adult media content. Reason number 1 why people quit smoking weed is because they simply outgrow it. Weed ran its course with the person and they decide they're done with it. Now, at this point in the person's smoking journey, and I know this was true for me, smoking weed starts to feel like a chore. Instead of something that's pleasurable, it begins to feel like a burden. And I always say weed is a very, very interesting drug because it has a certain type of way of letting us know both physically and mentally that it's done with us, or rather that we should be done with smoking weed. And I think it gives you tons of warning signs along the way. I think people are often aware that they're coming to a point where they need to decrease their usage or quit. And I just find it really unique that weed lets us know. And maybe this has to do with the intelligence, the innate intelligence found within our endocannabinoid system. There's no way of saying for sure. But this is hands down the number 1 reason why people quit smoking weed. They had their fun with it. It's no longer fun. They got other things in life they're ready to move on to, and weed simply doesn't seem to fit into that picture. Now, of course, this can be challenging if someone is struggling with an addiction to cannabis like I was, but this is still the number 1 reason why people quit. The second most common reason why we find people quit smoking weed is simply for financial reasons. Weed, for some, can be a very expensive habit, even if you're making a lot of money. And what happens? People eventually decide there's other things they would rather be spending their money on. Maybe they want to be going out and creating new life experiences. Maybe they want to be starting a YouTube channel like I personally did and buying cameras and lights and microphones. Maybe they want to get into investing. Maybe they simply want to go buy and put that money into other hobbies or watch their bank account grow. I don't exactly know what it is people prefer to do with their money, but I know with certainty there comes a point where people decide they no longer want to be spending their money on weed. And I think a large part of that also goes with how people spend their time. And this goes back to cover points 1 and 2. If people start using their time better, they tend to start making more money and experiencing new things in life. So that's reason number 2. Reason number 3 why we have a lot of people calling our offices to work with us to quit smoking weed, and this is probably one of the most common reasons people will seek coaching through our recovery coaching offices, is because they start to experience negative health consequences. A lot of people are under the impression that weed has no negative health consequences, that there's no harmful side effects to smoking weed, and that's simply not true. The most common reasons people quit is because they start to develop symptoms of psychosis or depersonalization. They start to develop worsening anxiety or depression, which is ironic because a lot of times people like I was are under the impression that the weed is helping the anxiety or helping the depression. But what's really happening is they're getting deeper and deeper into a cannabis addiction. And anytime we have a full-blown addiction, the symptoms of anxiety and depression will increase because chances are it's negatively impacted our relationships, our finances, and our health. Another common reason too, like I said, psychosis and depersonalization. People start to go a little bit manic. Another really common health reason, well, not common, but common health reason why people call us and why people quit is because they start to develop symptoms of Cannabinoid Hyperemesis Syndrome. They get that really bad nausea in the morning. They can't sleep without smoking weed. They can't eat without smoking weed. Maybe they do get to that stage where they're constantly vomiting and they have no idea why, and their health is really just falling apart. So Cannabinoid Hyperemesis Syndrome. We also find that sometimes people just get like fatigue throughout the day. They get worsening insomnia from smoking weed. All of these reasons, health or mental or physical health, are common reasons why people quit smoking weed. Now, here's my tip for those of you guys who are really struggling to quit. What you need to do is you need to identify the reasons why weed no longer fits into your lifestyle. So what exactly is it that you want to pursue in life? Or what exactly is it? What aspects of your life are being interrupted by your weed use? Is it personal things? Is it financial things? Is it relationships? Is it a new job? Is it your mental health, your physical health? What aspects of your life are being damaged by your weed use? Now, identify those things. After you've identified those things, come up with a plan on how you can improve those things once you start getting sober, once you enter your recovery process. And ask yourself, does weed fit the picture of this future version of you? Does it help you get to that next level in life? Or is weed holding you back? That's the first thing you have to do. The second thing that you have to do is chances are you've spent a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of focus, a lot of money on smoking weed. That's been a large part of your life, probably, if you're watching this video. You need to create something new. A lot of people say, oh, I smoke weed and when I quit, I'm bored. Well, it's not that weed cured the boredom. It simply made you content with being bored. It's your responsibility in your recovery process, in your sobriety process, to go create something new for yourself. You have to fill that void. When we get rid of an addiction that's become harmful to us, there is a sense of a void. We need to now go fill that void with something new. For me, that void became creating YouTube content. It became growing my businesses further. It became developing a relationship with a woman I'm now married to. But it took a lot of work, it took a lot of time, and it took a lot of energy. But you know what? I had the time, I had the work ethic, and I had the energy. I was simply putting it all into marijuana addiction. You want to get rid of one addiction, come up with another one, but just try and make sure it's something that's moving the needle forward in your life towards all of the goals that you want to achieve. For example, creating YouTube videos, I get to help others out. That gives me a high like no other. My channel's monetized, so I make some money from it, which is awesome. And of course, this is something that's fun for me. It's a great activity to fill my time, and it helps me improve in my speaking abilities and other life skills that I need. Now, guys, New Year's is coming up. It's right around the corner, okay? So for those of you guys that are getting ready to quit smoking weed or cutting back on an addiction, call our offices. The links are below in the pinned comment and in the video description. Consider a consultation with myself or someone at our offices. We want to help you guys kick off this New Year's right, but don't wait till January 1st. Let's get a plan in place now to help you have the easiest and most successful sobriety and recovery process. All right, guys, I'm going to be waiting by my phone. I'm waiting for your phone calls, guys. I look forward to speaking to each and every one of you. All right, bye-bye.